All right, Panther fans, look, they have been trying to keep Stu and I down. This is ridiculous now. Stu had his mom's 91st birthday. Then I got sick. Then Stu's laptop got all screwy. And then we tried to record the show this morning, and my laptop decided, how about if we just restart automatically 3 times? And I spent an hour fixing my laptop. The Panther got
hat trick.
Yeah, right. It's just been ridiculous. And then to top it all off, neither Stu nor I will be twerking half naked during this show. So if you're here to see that, you come to the wrong place.
But I got my victory cigar.
And he's got his victory cigar. That's what matters.
What a game. What a game, huh? What a game.
Yeah, man.
Just amazing how dominant we are at home.
Right.
And we talked about this before we got rudely interrupted with technical difficulties. So, breaking it down, I know the guys must feed off the energy. And, I saw on Twitter, we had 15,000 people there last night on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
I mean, if we listen, I don't think we're ever going to fill that arena other than the playoffs, because it's 20,000 people. It's a big arena.
Yeah.
Maybe the Miami arena was only 15,000. It was that, compared to Florida Live Arena.
Right.
Miami Arena was a little, does anybody remember Comac Arena? Any Long Islanders? That was a small place.
Oh, man.
But the crowd loud.
Yeah.
I'm going Friday and Saturday. Shout out to my good buddy Jeff. What's his handle now?
Automatics is going to be at the game. Right.
So he's coming down, and we're going to be in my company suite. So I'm all psyched. I haven't seen him in at least 4 years, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
So 6-0-1.
Yep. Since the break.
Since the break.
Yep.
Which we really needed. We needed a reset.
Yeah. No.
I think the whole thing started. The downhill was this Kraken, the Seattle game,
right,
where we didn't get the record.
Yeah,
and then obviously Q leaving didn't help matters, but I think got to give Bruno some credit. I think he's righted the ship. I think we're paddling in the right direction now.
Yep. The things that we noticed that kind of took a turn when he became coach, it pretty much been fixed. Excuse me, boy. We had those first couple of weeks where the line changes. That was the biggest thing, was the line changes were just a mess. And but he's kept the systems. He's kept everything pretty much. The power play does look tweaked and improved. It's not going to be Tampa's power play. But at the very least, it's gotten to the point now where we're not like, oh God, run the power play and it's going to be bad. You know what I mean? At least now it looks competent, which is a bonus for this team because of how good we are 5-on-5. But we keep saying it doesn't matter who they put out there on the ice. And the couple of things that I saw last night, the two main things was that I don't see how Owen Tippett ever gets back in the lineup, and I want to see a little bit more of Ulevy before we just toss him away.
He played pretty good.
Yeah. No, I thought he had
we got him. We got Carlson, and who's the other guy? 32, brain fart.
Yeah, who's the other guy? No, Carlson is 32. Carlson is 32. I think.
All right, Carlson's 32. Who's the other guy?
I don't know. We're both. Either there's nobody else and we can't remember them, or this is.
No, those two were like going in and out.
Yeah, they were going in and out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh well. Somebody, if there is another player, if we're not making up another player in our minds, somebody will mention them. It's been so many guys in and out. I mean, obviously with Kiersted and Connaughton and everything too. So many guys have been in and out of that 6D spot. And that's what I wrote about in the article today. I was like, look, I know that we want to go get a top 4 defenseman, but the reality is that's more about making that bottom pair solidified. I mean, with Gudis up there in the top 3, he perfectly fine at the top 4, but you bring in, you bring in a Chicken or somebody, a Chiro, and then suddenly now Gudis is on your bottom pair and you're just that much better.
Yeah, so they're not. There's no way they're splitting Ekblad and Uyghur up. It just,
No,
the chemistry with those guys. I mean, would I like to see them split up? Of course, I want left-right combos
right.
on all my defensive pairings. I just think that's the way to go. But it seems like, I mean, Goldie was talking about it either last night or the Canes game, on how, the chemistry between those two.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, they just
you
gotta.
didn't see the, the defensive mistakes that they made,
Right.
previous game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing I want to just mention is,
Mhm.
you got to bring in the right guy, because you're adding a new energy to
Right.
the locker
Yeah.
room. How are they going to vet these guys to know that this is the guy, whether it be Chikrin or that the guy from Montreal, Sherratt,
Right.
or somebody else? Who knows
Right.
what he's bringing to the table?
Right. Yep.
So,
No, I agree there.
I mean, I don't think our defense is bad.
No. We don't have to make a move,
No,
especially if Levy can play anything close to what his. I mean, he was, was a high draft pick. So I mean, obviously,
fifth
yeah, he was
pick.
right. I mean, he obviously has potential. He has talent. You saw it last night. I guess the knock on him has been he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Right.
But I mean, he looked pretty. He looked a little bit like
He
Montour
looked
last
good.
night. To be honest, he looked like
The guy that was driving me nuts last night was Forsling. Can't hit the side of a barn.
Oh, he
It's
did
no
hit
wonder he's got no goals.
well, the one
To
shot
shoot it over, and I know he's trying to pick the top corners.
Yeah,
That's why he's going over the net a lot.
Yeah,
But he shot a couple of wide.
Yeah.
But listen, you're right. It's the third pairing.
Right.
They're not splitting up Ekblad and Uyghur, and the Forsling Gudis pairing works
Right.
really good.
Yeah.
So it's Montour's not it's like finding a partner for and like you said, you Levy and Carlson, and I know there's somebody else. Help us out, guys, with the comments.
Let me
I can't. Yeah, look it up. I can't believe the two of us
see.
don't know
who
but
are we?
Nudavara is gone. Okay. If there is a deal, I just don't know if we really need. I don't know if we really need to, because then they'll shake up the pairings.
Right. I'm
I
looking.
mean, they're not getting a Chikrin or a Gerard to be a third.
I mean, unless
pairing.
you're thinking of Chase Prisky in terms of no, I mean, that's it. I think the reason we can't remember the guy's name is because he's only exists in our head. We created him. Exactly. That's why we can't remember his name.
All right.
Yeah, hey, I get it. Believe me, I get it. No,
so look at the difference having Bennett and Reinhardt back in the lineup.
Oh yeah.
And I like that Bruno went back with Reinhardt on Barkov's line.
Yeah.
I was texting you last night about it. When he came over to the team, obviously it's a new thing, new environment, never played with.
Right.
Now you're into the season. We don't see day-to-day practices. Right. So these guys are probably playing with each other in practice. And now that they've been around each other, you could see the chemistry is building.
Yeah. And look, that third line with Lundell and Vetrano and now Mammon, because Mammon's got some skills.
Mammon he's
got some skills.
And you weren't big on him when
the first couple of games he didn't have he didn't know what to do. Let's just put it that way. And then
that kid wins every board battle.
Yeah.
In fact, I was texting with, believe it or not, I was texting with Randy during the game, and we were talking about the board. I texted him and said, it seems like we're winning all the board battles.
Right.
I don't remember exactly the point in time that I sent it, and he replied back 16-0.
Yeah. Yep.
We won 16 board battle. They didn't win one. That's going to be big in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, yeah,
Lombard, that little squirt. I mean, he's unbelievable. How many battles he wins in the corners against bigger guys.
Yep. Yep. And, Heponiemi, even though he looks like he's 12,
he played great. He played great also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're solid.
No, I know.
It's so solid. I mean, again, Daryl Sutter's the one that said, that team is built for the playoffs.
Right.
That team is built to win the cup.
Yep.
So in your recap last night or whatever, you said something like, you won't be disappointed if we don't win I wanted to shoot you.
Well,
then you corrected yourself.
Right.
So just like, get it out of your mind. We are winning the Stanley Cup this year.
Yep.
If there was ever a time to win it, I mean, we got screwed last year because Ekblad got hurt.
Right.
And that the Tampa series,
well,
Bob wasn't playing like
Right.
he is now.
Right. Right.
We had 3 goalies play in that series.
Yeah.
So no stability.
Right.
If Bob continues his, what I call his Vezina Trophy years play, and we get offense 4 and 5 goals a game, we're gonna win.
Yeah. No,
there's no team that could stand up to us. I mean, want to say Tampa? Okay. But name me another team that could go toe to toe with us as far as speed, depth.
Right. No, I agree. I know. I agree. And that's where I got to when we scored those 2 quick goals last night. My confidence level just changed. I was just kind of like, we're not used to it. You know what I mean? We're scarred from all the years of, well, don't get too excited. Don't get too far ahead of ourselves. But I mean, teams are coming in and the games aren't close. It's not like we went out there last night and busted our ass for that 5-2. You know what I mean?
The thing that really scares me is, God forbid, injuries. Like a major injury.
It'd have to be a lot of injuries.
Not like being banged, like an Ekblad. Like I said, God forbid, 1,000,000 times.
Right. Well, usually
that's the only thing that worries me.
Right.
If we stay healthy with, let's say, 98% of our roster,
right,
we're solid.
No, I know we're solid, and the guys that we
didn't even have Hornquist in the game last night.
Right. I think
you guys stepped up. I really like that. I like that third line.
So that third line's got to stay.
So again, we're we got too many puzzle pieces and not enough puzzles. Not enough spaces to fit everybody. But it just goes to show you how Bruno could interchange players at any time.
Yeah. Now the only thing I was looking this morning, because in the article when I write. I always there's a section every time where 3 players that I like what I'm seeing from and 3 players that could use to improve. And sometimes in the needing improvement, I have to find something. I have to nitpick when we're playing as well as we have. Then the one thing I will nitpick that Luostarinen does need, he needs to become at least adequate in the face-off circle. I think he's sitting at like 37%. And when you got a Chari who may be able to come back and you got the playoffs coming and that level of competition is going to up itself. Now, Lundell's sitting at 44%. You expect a rookie to not be great. The rest of his game, you can live with 44. You'd like it to be better. But
except the fact that they scored a goal last night.
Yeah.
Off him losing
a jaw, right.
And that could be, life and death in a playoff game.
Right. So
like just imagine an overtime playoff game.
Yeah. No, I absolutely
Like a
agree. And
game,
like I said,
like a game seven.
yeah,
To lose a game like that is crushing. But
right.
you're right. They got to work on Barkov is off the charts.
Barkov,
Last
let me
night,
see.
Randy said at one point he won 72% of his faceoffs
Let's see. Barkov is he is at 55.8%.
for the
So
season.
for the season, right.
Yeah,
And
and he's
then
worked on that.
you got Lundell at
I don't think in
44.
I don't think in previous years he was up that high.
No, not that high. He's usually 51, 52, maybe. But he's the only guy over 40%. And you got
So
Lundell at 44. You got Bennett is at 47. And then Vetrano's actually at 44. But the guy that's getting the most faceoffs that's not doing well is Lusterinen. And he's at 37.6. And
good.
so, I mean, it's still, he's a young player and it's nitpicking, but come playoff time,
No, nitpicking, that's not nitpicking. That's an important statistic.
right. So to me,
That's
it, I'd hate to see him lose his job because he's done so well.
yeah, I mean, I love Achari, but his team has moved on from him.
Right. Well, and that brings up,
I hate to say it. I mean, the guy's not, 23 years old. Was
right.
he 35?
No, I
Whatever.
think Achari's only 29. Let me
No,
look. Noel
I don't think
Achari,
so.
he's
I think
not
he's
that
in
old.
his I think he's in his early 30s.
Let me see. I'm not going to find them here.
But like Randy said, not going to rush him back.
And well,
But
and somebody else actually brought up a good point.
where does he fit in? Who do you take out? That's why you're right. Tippett is gone.
He's 30 years old. Achari is 30
Okay.
years old.
All right. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys that, plays like a veteran. You know what I mean? He plays like
Yeah.
somebody who's been around for forever. But yeah, well, numbers wise, eventually, once we take Tippett, or not Tippett, Achari off LTIR, we're going to have a numbers game where somebody is going to have to be moved off of the roster. Right. And if you put Tippett on waiver, somebody's going to take him. I mean, geez, he's not, he's not that much of a bust.
No, I would imagine. And I'm going back and forth about Vetrano.
I'm not.
Could we win without him? Absolutely. Has he produced? Nope.
Well,
he's not produced. I mean, come on, he put in a couple of goals, big deal. He takes a lot of stupid penalties.
Right.
He took a high sticking penalty last night. I'm just trying to think, if we're going to make a move for a good player, we obviously have to dump some salary, but in order for the other team to let go of a Chikrin or whatever, we're going to have to give them something. And my speculation is a defenseman's got to be in the deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know where Nudavarov is in this picture. I mean, we don't even talk about that guy.
Well, there was a thread on Twitter where people were thinking that Montour would be the odd man out there. Not that I want that.
No way you trade Montour. No way. Right. That kid is solid.
Yeah.
And he's good. He's solid defensively.
Yeah.
But he brings offense.
Right.
And he's leading the second unit of the power play.
And that was my thing about Vetrano, is that they've put him in Tippett's spot on that second power play unit, but they're setting him out. He had the 2 one-timers last night and he almost scored.
Another reason why the first unit's doing better, they got Duclair up there.
Yeah.
And Duclair's a fast player.
Right.
They mentioned that the power play's working better is because they're moving it around quicker, which they were doing. If you remember, last year's power play was, we were, before Ekblad went down, we were in the top 5.
Yeah, the power play.
At one point, we were the hottest power play.
Right, right, right.
So, and again, I'm glad they're getting it together because you can't win in the playoffs without a power play
No, it
and
had,
a good penalty kill. I love the Lundell Barkov combo.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you got Lomberg and Luosterainen, I
Yep.
think is the second combo.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So I
mean,
mean,
the
I,
depth, and like we've talked about, the depth is just ridiculous. And I mean, it's just that's really the only thing left to figure out is, do we go into the playoffs with this, with this defensive core, or are we going to make a move? I didn't read a whole lot about it, but what I've read about what the Coyotes are asking for Chikrin is basically, an Eichel like return.
something, like I said, if there's any player that I'd like to see that I know would be an improvement, would be Chikrin.
Right,
And again, the PR value is off the charts.
right,
A Boca Raton boy returns home. His father does is a color guy on the broadcast.
right.
The kid grew up a Panther fan, was a junior Panther. The kid would be like over the moon to be playing for
Yeah,
his
but
childhood. It's like Tavares going to Toronto.
the
When Tavares signed with Toronto, they showed a
yeah,
picture of his bed in his parents' house.
jeez.
So
Right. But to keep him to get Chikrin, we got to send some money the other way, and that's the thing. Money off of our books.
that's the thing. That's the major sticking point with any trade. We
Well,
got to
yeah, but
dump. I mean, we're basically at the cap right now,
well, usually
and
you're getting a guy that
we got
doesn't have the extra years. That's the thing with Chikrin, is he's got the extra years, so we got to make it good.
yep.
We got that Yandle hit
He's
next
got
year.
3 years left,
Right.
and and don't forget we got the Huberto coming up at the end of the year, and that's 10 million. I
Yeah.
think he's going to get the same deal as Barkov.
Well, we hope, but he certainly could go into the room and demand more, to be honest.
He's not going. He's not going to.
Right. No.
Trust me. Just
Yeah.
like Barkov, probably could have gotten 12, 13.
Right.
Who knows? 14 from somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. But
The
between
the
the tax
Barkov to me is in the top 3
yeah.
players, all around players, if not the best all around player. He does it all.
Yeah.
But Huberto definitely could get more money, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, I agree. I agree.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I
Right.
think he'll take 10. Listen, again, when you're at that amount of money and you're 25 years old, what's another million?
Right.
I mean, I'm making a joke about it.
Yeah,
but
I
in
know what you're
reality,
saying.
what's the difference between 10 and 11 million?
Right.
And staying where you want. You have your home here, your friends here.
Yeah.
Most of these guys meet local girls and end up marrying them.
Right.
So
Well, yeah, that's the
yeah.
other thing, right? And when you take the tax situation into consideration, it's a good place to be. That's for sure.
And the
So-
fact that we are now a legitimate cup contender.
Oh, yeah.
We were last year. Okay. We had an unfortunate injury. I firmly believe that if Ekblad was in the lineup, we would have beaten Tampa.
And that's with Bobrovsky's playing being who knows who would have been the goalie, but you know what I mean? Oh, that situation. I'm happy we're not going to have to relive anything like that. Does that was
Yep.
that was just not
Yep.
not good for anybody.
I mean, we got two great things going for us.
Right.
We have the best offense in the league, and we have Bob playing at his expectation
Yeah.
level.
Right.
He's
No.
he's let in we kind of make fun when he lets in a 5-hole, or like last night or the game before, he let in a short side
Yeah.
goal. I mean, again, if we're getting 4 and 5 goals a game,
Right.
who cares if he lets in 1 or 2?
Yeah, no, the one or two is that's fine. Well, like we've talked about, what he's doing now is he's stopping it at the 2. Where in the previous seasons, we'd be winning 2-1, and all of a sudden we'd be losing 3-2, or
that's happened in a couple of games this year.
yeah, well, we've got the offense now to make up for it.
That's the thing. We either lead the league or we're like, two whatever in comeback wins.
Right. Yeah.
So listen, all we can do as we do these game after game is just have a big smile on our face.
That's it. That's all that's it. It's just enjoy it.
It's like, let's get the regular season over. We win the division. I don't really care if we win the President's Trophy, although we could, but let's just get to the playoffs, man, where it really counts, and win that first round, get that under our belt, like get off the schneid winning a playoff series.
Yep.
It's only been, 25 years, 26 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think once we win that first round, you're going to see that confidence level is going to go off the meter.
Yeah.
And then, again, the most important thing is staying healthy,
right,
and having home ice advantage.
Yep, I agree. And the depth this year is just different, though. I mean, like you're talking about, we would hate to lose an Ekblad or a Barkov, but I don't think it would be the death sentence that it was last year for this team. Just having added, at the center position, just having added Reinhart and Lundell, do I think, obviously those things would hurt us, but and when you throw in Bobrovsky's play, it's a totally different thing. Where last year, just that little bit of less defense there in the playoffs, combined with Bobrovsky just was not playing at a confident level. That's really what did us in. But it was good for it to go down that way. It's never good to lose.
Well, it stung.
Right. Yeah.
And they have that in the back of their brains.
Exactly.
That they know they could have beaten Tampa.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And they never should have even had to play Tampa. We should have won the division. And that would have taken care of that.
Right. Well, the format was.
Yeah. All right. So Carolina's in our division, but
right.
We had a chance to win the division.
Yeah.
But that's going to be key. In my opinion, that's going to be key. Winning just having home ice advantage. Actually having home ice advantage through the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're like 19-3.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
We've only lost 7 games.
Yep.
And the LA, it should,
when you
at least one game shouldn't have been a loss. That LA game should have been postponed.
Yeah, I agree.
We never should have played that game with we have 6 guys out.
Yeah. We didn't even dress a full team, I don't think.
So we got screwed there.
Right.
But let's just, the reality is we've only lost 7 games in regulation.
Right. Yeah, because we've lost a couple of the ones that we lost have been in the shootout as it is, and that's not even real hockey. So
no. Yeah.
All right. So we got Friday, Saturday. Now you're going to the Friday game. Who we playing Friday?
Going both Dallas and Columbus.
Okay, Dallas and Columbus. Yeah,
those Dallas is gonna be looking for revenge. No doubt. We won that game. Did we win that game in overtime?
That was the 6-5. Yeah. That was the 6-5.
No, the Canes game we won in overtime. That was Duclair's goal. I don't remember what happened. Who can remember a week ago?
Right.
But anyway, we haven't played Columbus yet.
Right.
We haven't played them in a while. Hey, you know what's really wild? We're playing all these teams that we didn't even see last year. And they get into, there was, like last night.
Yeah.
They had that fight with, after Gudas's goal.
Yeah. No, it's been
Crazy.
Weird. It's been weird that way. I wonder if some of that is, old scores that it took the extra year to settle up. You know what I mean? It was a weird way. You don't see that a whole lot. The fight right after the goal.
My man Forsling's got to get a goal this weekend.
Yeah, let's get him off the schneid. You know, he's ninth in the team in scoring because of 18 assists. And
let's talk about scoring now. Lundell has moved up to 5th in the rookie scoring. So if Lundell can continue to put up points,
right,
then all the other factors come into play because, again, I haven't seen these other kids as far as their overall play,
right.
but all the things that Lundell does and how smart he is, if he can start getting a few goals and a few assists and move up the ladder,
yeah,
the writers are going to be saying,
yeah. Somebody
again, they emphasize scoring, but there's so much more that comes into play. Same thing with the MVP.
Yeah, and Jamie tagged me to, I think they were talking about it was either ESPN or NHL Network. Let me look. They were talking.
Connor McDavid shouldn't win the MVP. Okay.
Yeah,
just because he gets 1,000 goals.
This was on the NHL Network last night, and I got tagged to it. They were talking about the top 5 rookies, top 5 rookies this season so far, and they've got Lundell there at number 5. So he's in that comment. He's in the conversation,
right?
And
that's why I'm saying. And he scored, I think, in 5 or 6 consecutive games.
He's got points. Yeah.
So if he keeps racking them up, a couple points here, a couple points there, and he moves up the ladder to the top 3,
right? Yeah, he could win it. And Goldie's talked about on the broadcast where the little break gave his body, gave him a nice little break, and he's looked really good since then. And we're fixing to have another break, right?
Don't forget, he's also 20.
He's 20. I know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, so we haven't talked about Spencer Knight. Obviously,
who?
Spencer Knight. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
like when is he's in COVID?
He's
right?
in COVID.
Still in
yeah.
COVID? I mean, it seems like forever that he's been out.
Yeah. Hopefully he's available this weekend because, somebody's going to have to play one of those games, right? So hopefully,
I didn't even think about that, but
yeah, I hadn't thought about it either.
Yeah, he's got to get back, and like who knows how he's going to play. I mean, you've had this virus, and you know how much it zapped you, energy wise.
That is the biggest thing. I've heard that from a lot of people.
That's kind of scary. And I don't know this other guy.
Yeah,
a hole in the wall.
Johansson. No, he's not been.
Yeah,
not been. That I'm still scratching my head that we basically threw Montebello away and then picked up this kid Johansson. I'm still a little confused about why we did that. You know what I mean? But maybe I think they probably picked them up when they realized that COVID was going to start being a problem for guys missing games, and then like, oops, now we want to keep a guy on the roster. So,
well, now that we got the taxi squad,
right.
And how many guys can be on the taxi squad? Do you know?
I don't know. I just heard it was back. I don't know if they tweaked the rules or anything like that.
Well, they open up the roster at playoff time. I think you can put in 2, 3. I don't know. Somebody comment and tell us. Number 1, how many people can be on the taxi squad? Number 2, how many additional players can be on the playoff roster as opposed to the regular?
Yeah, because that's gonna.
We don't know.
that's gonna come into play. I was thinking about it earlier today with Thornton. Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. If we're healthy, he better not be on the ice.
He's got to play. I think he's got to play at least one game.
One playoff game?
Yeah, to be, on the cup.
I see.
But again, this is all written. This is all written out, the soap opera of,
right.
Reliving the Ray Bork story.
The Ray Bork, yeah. So hopefully
to Ray Bork, skating it around, and then he retires. Yep. That is what is going to happen if it happens. Barkov to Thornton, and he rides off in the sunset after,
Yeah.
1,700 games.
Jeez.
He goes out on top, and he goes out a winner, and then he lives the rest of his retirement, in Florida with his kids. Can't ask for a better scenario for him.
No.
But who knows if he'll retire? The guy loves playing.
I don't know. Maybe he'll be.
Did we trade him?
He'd look good on the bench in the suit. I want to see him with the suit with that beard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what a look. All right, but
Gudis looks like a rabbi.
Yeah, he's an interesting
looks like
looking dude.
a Hasid,
Yeah. He's an interesting looking dude. So
anyway,
bud.
I just love Gudis, man.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yep. No.
Listen, it's like it's so much fun when we do these, after a win like last night. We're getting used to this. That's what's scary.
Yeah.
We're getting used to these 4 and 5, games, games.
4 and 5 goals a game.
We're expecting that every night. Like I said, I wish they could just bring it on the road with them.
It's been getting better. It's like the power play. It's not great, but it has improved. So, if they keep on the trajectory of improvement that they're on now, by the time we get around to the playoffs, we'll be good to go.
We're not even at the halfway mark, and we have 53 points.
Yeah. I know.
So I predicted 105.
Yeah, what did I do? 106, 108, something like that. All I know is I said Huberdeau or Bennett was going to get 100 points, and Huberdeau is going to make me right. Because he's been crazy. He's just been crazy. But all right, you got anything else?
No.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody watching.
I'd love to do I'd love, if there was a way to, I don't know if you're doing a live streams Friday or Saturday, but that would be so cool if we could, I could, call in from the suite, as you're broadcasting. You got to figure that out.
Yeah. I've been, like we were talking earlier, I got to get a better laptop, but I'm going to be getting the software.
Well, if you're going to do that, find out what kind of software you need.
Yeah, no, I actually found that out yesterday. I figured out what I need to do yesterday. So I was going to get it. I'm not live streaming either one of the games. I'm going to just do the regular pregame live streams. And
that would be cool.
Yeah. No, I'm going to, my goal is to have everything good and set up and running like it should for after the All-Star break. So there'll be some tests, you know what I mean, to find out, because I'm not sure if this laptop can handle everything that it needs to, like we talked about. I may need to upgrade. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. We got it coming back up.
Oh,
yep.
If you like the video, hit the like button, hit
right.
the subscribe button, hit the notification, get this guy some more subscribers. We got 183 people, probably over 200 now, saw the Randy Moeller video, and you guys loved it, but you're not hitting the like button. Let's make Eric 6 cents. Every time you like it, he gets 6 cents. So or 8 cents, whatever.
8 cents. No,
give the guy a break, man.
It's $5 for every 1,000 views is what I get. It works out. I'll take. Hey, look, as long as I don't quit, it'll just like the Panthers power play. It's not great, but it keeps getting better. All right, guys. We will see you guys again Saturday morning.